Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. As I've been telling you since morning, we are not in office today. We are in villages. Away from politics, Kaka, I am committed at helping the less fortunate in villages. And that is where we are today. But I said, as much as I'm in the village, I will never stop informing you. There is a house I've been telling you we are building. Iko hapa tumeanza kujenga, as you can see. Mafundi wanaendelea. Na tuko kwa village, you know, I'm under an avocado tree. So this avocado just fell a few minutes ago and iko karibu kuiva. Imeanza kuonyesha some blackish. So the sweetness of being in the village. Now, as I told you in my previous video, 9 bodies have been retrieved from a dump site in Mkuru kwa Njenga, and the bodies are believed to be of the protesters who were protesting during the anti-finance bill protest in Nairobi. Further reports say some of the bodies have been chopped off, some have been chopped into pieces, wrapped in sacks, and thrown into that dump site. It's a sad day in the Republic of Kenya. We are mourning, we are crying, and we want justice for these families. In that regard, the Orange Democratic Movement Party has released a press statement. And I want to read for you. Allow me to read. The Central Management Committee of ODM has met this morning, that is today morning, to review the current affairs in the country. This meeting took place against the backdrop of continuing protests against the government across the country. The rejection of the Finance Bill 2024, the dismissal of the entire cabinet yesterday, and the offer by President William Ruto for consultation across different sectors and political formations with a view to forming, in his own words, a broad-based inclusive government that can assist in transforming Kenya. We stand ready to support the country come up with measures that can restore lasting peace and stability and address the long-standing issues like unemployment, the unending search for justice and equality, fighting corruption, negative ethnicity in our national life, instill a tradition for meritocracy in appointment of public office, and ending unfair and punitive economic and taxation policies. This conversation, in our view as ODM, must come ahead of other conversations on the structure of our national governance going forward. As a party, ODM has never shied away from stepping up and having difficult conversations whenever the destiny of our nation is at stake. Indeed, it is said that it's in time of crisis that leadership emerges. The emerging issues and the urgent need to address them is not about rescuing the Kenya Kwanza regime. The nation is bigger than and distinct from any one of us. We see this as a chance to rescue our nation and pull it back from the precipice. We therefore welcome these developments in the hope that they will mark the beginning of honest and earnest efforts to address the myriad issues expressed by disappointed and angry youths and a huge segment of the Kenya Kwanza population. of the Kenyan population. As a party, we shall not fear to engage with the country, and when we do, we shall not do that in fear. We believe in fighting for injustice and dictatorship. We believe in fighting injustice and dictatorship in all their manifestations, because we believe every single member of the country has a right to hold opinions, to express those opinions, and to be heard. This entire crisis was precipitated by a failure to listen, not to go to, a failure to listen to each other. It cannot be resolved by the same attitude. There is no table ODM will not go to if the destiny of our nation is the main agenda. ODM will not object to the presence of any other person or group of people on that table, no matter how outrageously different their view of the world is from ours. In order for us to have this national conversation, we call on the government to take certain immediate steps to create the necessary environment. The decision to fire his cabinet was a good start in our view. But the feeling across the country is that there still exists an atmosphere of fear that makes it impossible for people to speak freely. Ruto must immediately fire the IG of police, the Nairobi police commander, and apprehend all police officers implicated in the murders of the over 200 innocent Kenyans in peaceful protests since last year. We call for a national amnesty for all persons arrested or charged in connection with protests, and compensation for all victims of police brutality. Time is of essence, fellow countrymen. Secretary General Senator Edwin Sifuna, MP. Ladies and gentlemen, let me crown this statement as follows. As much as William Ruto fired his entire cabinet, we still need more actions very urgently. One of them, fire IG Koome immediately. Number two, fire the Nairobi Police Commander Bungei immediately. After he does that, we shall come sit and discuss other measures. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next video. Asanteni sana.